eager to in 2 short but intense weeks, and we're ready to step back onto the Bernabeu pitch. For some, the last time there feels closer. For others, it's been a while, and for some, it will be their very first time. All of that adds to the team's eagerness and surely to the fans' desire to see their team back in the stadium. We want to start well against Osasuna. The first match is always important for many reasons, and tomorrow is the day.
Mastantuono, did you speak with him to convince him to sign for Real Madrid? Now that you have him under your command, have you seen him? What do you think? Did he surprise you? Is he what you expected?
The first time I spoke with him, I was very surprised by his personality. He was 17 at the time. The second time I saw him, he was 18. But really, he was already a man at 17, very confident in himself. He had no fear about making the move to Real Madrid. Since his arrival, you can already see his maturity, his hunger, his quality. In a short time, it's clear he will integrate very quickly with the team, both in the locker room and on the pitch.
What level of identity or development do you see in your team, compared to what you tried to implement during the Club World Cup and what you've worked on in these past 15 days?
We are taking steps forward. What level? It's hard to measure. There's no real thermometer for that. But yes, we're making progress. Of course, we still have a number of steps ahead of us, but the main ideas, the fundamentals, we had already started to introduce during the Club World Cup. And now, in these 2 weeks, with the training sessions, the friendly and preparation matches, we've reinforced them. From here, we'll continue to move along the path. The feeling is good.
I wanted to ask about the squad. We asked you back in the US during the Club World Cup, when pre-season was just starting. Now there are still
face him.
In the US, you spoke a lot about distances in the team, about playing more compact. I want to ask you how Vinicius and Mbappe have absorbed that message, how they're working on it, how you see them. Because the feeling last year, and even when they coincided at the World Cup at PSG too, is that maybe this part of the game is harder for them.
Well, it's about making sure all the lines are aware. Of course, for the forwards, it's important that on transitions they don't get left isolated. Not just those two names, but everyone who plays those positions. And at the same time, when we attack, the defensive line has to push up and the midfield line as well. We don't want to just leave it to the forwards and see what happens. We want to function as a team, everyone engaged in what each play requires. That will help us keep better distances, both when defending and when attacking. If we're too spread out when attacking, then getting back is usually harder and with bigger distances. So today it's very important to be aware of this. I think we took a step forward during the Club World Cup, maybe not on the very last day, but it was something we kept very present and we've been working on it.
A new era begins. Madrid is excited about your arrival. What promise can you make to the fans? Will Xabi's Madrid play good football? Will Xabi's Madrid win titles?
I've always been more about doing than saying. Promising before doing doesn't usually work in football. What I can say is that we're working and there's excitement, you can feel it. We're also very eager. We want to start this new project with new players and new coach and bring that energy to the stadium. But then we have to deserve it. Just saying it won't make it happen, otherwise it would be meaningless. We have to earn it. And tomorrow we want to start that path that can take us where we want to be in May.
You said the defense has to push up when pressing, and it's the line that has been most renewed. My question is, how do you choose the leader of the defense? Do you choose? Does it happen naturally on the pitch? How is that decided?
It has to be natural, intrinsic, it has to come organically from them. And yes, we have players who are communicative, who transmit energy, who already in a short time are making their presence felt. That's very important for everything to stay connected. Communication helps your teammate, but it also helps you to stay involved in the game. And it's not me saying, you are the leader, you must be the leader. No, that has to come naturally. Leadership isn't imposed, it's generated by what someone transmits to the rest, and there can be more than one leader.
The club has been very outspoken over the years about referees. I wanted to ask, from your perspective in Germany, did you feel Real Madrid was mistreated by referees?
Well, let's see, we're just starting the season and we'll see how things go. Hopefully we won't have to talk too much about referees, and I don't want to start talking too early.
I wanted to ask you about Rodrigo, how he's doing these days. His name is surrounded by a lot of transfer rumors. How is he, and what role do you see for him, especially in tomorrow's match?
Well, in the summer, there are always many rumors about many players, but I've seen Rodrigo well. As I said before, I count on everyone. And those I count on, I want them fully committed to the team, for the team, and at 100%. That's what matters to me right now.
La Liga has just started, and we already have the first big refereeing controversy on Saturday in Mallorca. Did you see the Mallorca-Barca match, and what's your assessment of what happened?
Well, I don't think it's my place to be commenting on everything that happens in other matches, but yes, I did hear what Iago Barasate said, and I think he explained it very well.
I wanted to ask about Mastantuono. You just said he's adapting very well. What can he bring to the team, and could he already get minutes tomorrow?
Yes, he could get minutes tomorrow. He will bring quality, energy. He's committed defensively. He has good drive. He has that, in a short time I've seen, he has that Argentine warrior spirit, that grit, but also quality. He's combative and has a spectacular left foot, both on set pieces. club stance.
I'd like to ask you about a name that's been talked about a lot. Lamine Yamal from Barcelona. How do you see the Lamine Yamal phenomenon? Is too much pressure being put on him? Is he putting pressure on himself? How do you assess all this?
Well, a bit like before, I don't have a pressure meter. I don't know exactly how much pressure, but yes, he's developed a lot in a short time. He's become an important player both for Barca and for the national team. And, well, soon it will be our turn to face him.
In the US, you spoke a lot about distances in the team, about playing more compact. I want to ask you how Vinicius and Mbappe have absorbed that message, how they're working on it, how you see them. Because the feeling last year, and even when they coincided at the World Cup at PSG too, is that maybe this part of the game is harder for them.
Well, it's about making sure all the lines are aware. Of course, for the forwards, it's important that on transitions they don't get left isolated. Not just those two names, but everyone who plays those positions. And at the same time, when we attack, the defensive line has to push up and the midfield line as well. We don't want to just leave it to the forwards and see what happens. We want to function as a team, everyone engaged in what each play requires. That will help us keep better distances, both when defending and when attacking. If we're too spread out when attacking, then getting back is usually harder and with bigger distances. So today it's very important to be aware of this. I think we took a step forward during the Club World Cup, maybe not on the very last day, but it was something